Hi everyone, welcome to Evolutionary Astrology Quiz. I'm Linda Jonson and I have about 10 participants here with me, and we're all going to be doing this 90-question quiz on evolutionary astrology based on Jeffrey Wolf Green's EA. So grab your pen and paper. You can write down the questions, or you can then tell me the answer out loud by unmuting yourself. So, the sun is a star, true or false? Would anyone?
True.
Good, thank you. Let's have a look. Yes, congratulations, it's true. Okay, next question. What is the name of our galaxy? Go ahead, anybody, whoever knows the answer.
Milky Way.
Yes, Karen, thank you. Next one. How many planets in the solar system have rings?
2. Jupiter and Saturn.
Dawn says 5.
3.
3. We've got 2, 3, 5. Okay, time's up. The answer is 4. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune all have rings. Now, please keep a record of how many you're getting correct or incorrect. Okay. What is a daemon soul? A demon. B, Catholic. C, a soul that is utterly unified with nature, especially animals and plants. D, a cosmology from hell. E, one who loves being in the limelight. Who would like to answer this one? D or E?
C.
C.
D.
C.
Who said D?
Lauren.
Okay, let's see the answer now. A daemon soul is a soul that is utterly unified with nature, especially animals and plants. Match the astrology archetype to its correlation. Who'd like to have a go at Aries? Go ahead, just go ahead, please.
New beginnings.
Correct. Taurus?
Survival.
Correct. Gemini? Oops, sorry. Gemini classifications. Cancer?
Ego and self-image.
Correct. And Leo?
Creative self-expression.
Correct. Excellent. So, what is the evolutionary astrology paradigm? Would anyone like to answer this? If so, unmute yourself. Come on, we all should know this. Okay.
It's putting it into words that's the hard part.
Okay. All right, so the EA paradigm is, the entire EA paradigm consists of natal Pluto, South Node ruler, aspects to South Node and ruler, Pluto polarity point, North Node ruler, aspects to North Node and ruler. This correlates to the primary evolutionary karmic axis, the bottom line for the soul's evolutionary journey from life to life. What are the 3 reactions to evolutionary growth? Anyone?
I'll try. Let's see. Total relive. The second is totally going for it. And then the third would be a combination of the 2.
Well, let's see. 1, to totally resist. 2, to cooperate in some ways. 3, to totally go for it. And that is correct, Wanda. Somebody being in a total state of non-growth or resistance is rare. Example, if skip steps are not worked on, growth cannot occur. The ascendant is a cardinal archetype. True or false?
True.
Correct. Jupiter travels faster than Mars. True or false?
False.
False.
Correct. Which one is not true about Chiron? A. Chiron is an asteroid. B. Chiron is a cross between a planetoid and a comet. C. Chiron takes 50 to 51 years to travel around the sun. D. Chiron's signature contains intensified wounding memory imprints. E. Chiron very often manifests as chronic illness in this life. Anyone like to answer this one?
B.
Which one?
B.
B. Okay, let's have a look.
A.
Correct. Chiron is not an asteroid. Match the astrology archetype to its correlation. Virgo.
Guilt
Guilt and atonement.
Guilt and atonement.
Correct. Libra.
Equality in relationships?
Correct.
Inequality. Yeah.
Scorpio.
metamorphosis.
Correct. Sagittarius.
Belief
Belief.
versus truth.
Correct. And Capricorn.
Structure of consciousness.
Excellent. What is the general orb used in EA for a conjunction?
10 degrees.
Correct. What house system is used in EA?
Porphyry.
Porphyry.
Correct. The Porphyry house system is the preferred system for evolutionary astrology because it reflects the law of the Trinity. The prime number in this system is 3. It was developed by a Christian mystic named Porphyry in the 4th century. In EA chart interpretation, we always start with the sign. True or false?
False.
Oh,
False.
Correct. We start with the house first. Okay, one moment. The Lilith Trinity is made up of asteroid Lilith, dark moon Lilith, and black moon Lilith. True or false?
True.
Correct. The natural god is A, male and female simultaneously, perfect, judgmental, male, or female. A, B, C, D, or
A.
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 Correct. Match the astrology archetype to its correlation. Aquarius.
Deconditioning.
Correct. Pisces.
Ultimate truth.
Correct. Mars.
Anger, rage.
Second house.
Value and meaning.
Mercury.
Thinking left brain.
Thank you. What is karma? Anyone like to answer that one?
It
The
is
law.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Don. I'd say the law of cause and effect. For every action, there is a reaction. So, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Karma is simply the natural law of cause and effect. All action is rooted in desire. Karma is the sum total of all our actions in every possible way. Jeffrey Wolf Green taught that souls are responsible for the lives they create from life to life. What is the difference between conditional and unconditional love? Who'd like to give this one a go?
Conditional love is when I'll love you if you do this, do that, etc. And unconditional love is just accepting the person for who they are.
Is that you, Karen? No.
No, it's Joanne.
Oh, Joanne. Okay, thank you, Joanne. Let's see the answer. Conditional love is expressed as having one's needs met by another. Unconditional love is reflected in the archetypes of the 12th house, Neptune, and Pisces. Unconditional love can be experienced and expressed at any evolutionary level or condition. Unconditional love is not a function of one's personal needs being met or unmet. Unconditional love has no expectations attached to it whatsoever, whereas conditional love does. Conditional love manifests as projected needs upon another and vice versa. When those projected needs associated with one's expectations are met, then conditional love is experienced. When they are not met, then what was once experienced as love can change into something different. EA astrologers use the mean nodes. True or false?
False.
I would say false.
Correct. The transition from matriarchy to patriarchy took place at the end of the Capricorn sub-age of the Age of Cancer around 6600 BCE. True or false? I see people kind of nodding their heads.
Sounds about right.
Excellent. True. Okay, the natural law of sharing, caring, giving, and inclusion correlates to which sign? Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, or Libra?
Cancer.
I'd
I'm
like
going
to
to say
hear,
Libra.
Libra. Libra.
I'd like to hear from a few more.
I say Libra.
Libra.
Yeah, Libra makes sense.
Okay, let's see. Correct, it's Libra. Okay, what are the current planetary nodes for each of these planets? Pluto,
Capricorn, North Node, Cancer.
correct. Saturn,
Capricorn, Cancer.
correct. Neptune,
Aquarius, Leo.
correct. And Venus,
Any sign.
correct. And Mars. It can be in
I say
Libra,
any.
Scorpio, or Sag, and the
Yeah.
North Node can be in Aries, Taurus, or Cancer. Okay. So, what is a separating desire? Who'd like to give this one a go? Just remember to mute yourselves when you're not speaking.
A desire that takes you away from source.
All right, let's see. Separating desire is when the natural law of sharing, caring, and inclusion change to self-interest and exclusion. Separating desire is when we unconsciously resist growth by attempting to maintain past patterns of behavior. A returning desire is the desire to return to source. A returning desire is necessary to move the soul along through its evolution, and so leading the soul to return. When one partner's planet squares the other partner's nodes, is this a skip step?
Yes.
Yes.
I would say no.
I'd say no.
No.
But it does activate it.
Does it mean past lifetimes though? Doesn't it mean like a past lifetime? Oh no, that would be the self node. Okay, never mind.
Current life. And thank you for your humility, everybody. Okay, so no, it is developmental stress. What this symbolizes are dynamics and issues that have created developmental stress between the two people, either in previous lives that has come forward into the current life, or developmental stress that is occurring for the first time in their relationship in the current life. In previous lives, such stress may have served to separate the two people, or they may have continued in their relationship with that developmental stress unresolved. In either case, the relationship between the two cannot actually evolve until that developmental stress is identified and resolved. Does Sun square the nodes indicate skip steps in the current life?
No. Sun does not skip.
No.
Yeah, I would say no.
Excellent.
The sun
No.
indicates the current life.
Exactly. Since the Sun applies to the present life, it means there have been certain dynamics and circumstances in the soul's prior lives that have not been successfully dealt with and are now coming to a head in order to be resolved. If the soul makes current life choices, such as denial, avoidance, suppression, the Sun square the nodes, that do not allow for those past life dynamics to be dealt with, then it will lead to skip steps in the next life and beyond until they are successfully dealt with and resolved. Retrogrades accelerate the soul's evolution. True or false?
I say true.
Correct. Describe the third stage of the spiritual evolutionary condition. A. Now, this is the third stage, right? It's the last stage of evolution. So, A, feeling very small. B, delusions of grandeur and a fall from grace. C, Virgo purging to purify prior identity associations. D, the soul is firmly and finally identified with the source of all things. Or E, truth in their teachings mixed with self-orientated stuff. A, B, C, D, or E?
D.
D.
I say D.
Correct. Very, very good. Okay, who below is in the second stage of the spiritual evolutionary condition? Eckhart Tolle, Dane Raja, Jesus, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, or Yogananda? A, B, C, D, or E? Was that you, Carly?
Yes.
Okay, good to hear from you. Anyone else?
D.
Okay, let's find out. It's Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. Okay, off to the next one. Match these planetary transits to their meanings. Mars transit.
Put into motion life changes in forward momentum.
Correct. Venus transit.
Ongoing evolution of inner and outer relationships.
Correct. Jupiter transit.
Honestly examine the nature of our beliefs.
Correct. Uranus transit.
Take notice of repetitive thoughts relevant to one's future.
Correct. And Pluto transit. To
critically confront and transmute non-growth or stagnation dynamics.
Excellent, thank you. And next one. What is a yod or finger of God? Who'd like to give that one a go?
Well, two inconjuncts joined by a sextile pointing at a point opposite the sextile.
Correct. 3 planets involving 2 inconjuncts and 1 sextile. A yod is a feeling of frustration and destiny, a trusting of the intuition so that when you come to the Y in the road, you would know which way to go. The yod promotes a knowing, a vision, like a telephone line inconjunct to God. Receiving messages unrelated to current circumstances, merciless self-analysis, comparing themselves to the vision from on high. The why in the road life path can suddenly change, emphasizes evolutionary need for humility, shifting from left brain to right brain, from empirical to intuitive. What are the 3 important approaches in doing an EA reading? 1, 2, or 3?
Pluto as soul.
Anyone else?
Determine the evolutionary state of consciousness.
Okay. One more.
Observation correlation.
Beautiful. The answer to this particular question, everyone was correct, but this is the answer that I put in. 1, observation. 2, correlation. 3, listening. Observation. To ask questions about their life and to observe their evolutionary condition. So you were correct in that. Correlation. To orientate the symbols in their chart based on observation. And listening. To listen and orientate your consciousness and intuition to the person's actual reality. Soulmates started off with core unconditional love for one another. They circle back to one another through time. True or false?
False.
False. Okay, who else? Don't be shy. Doesn't matter if you get
I
one.
think I'm going to go with false too.
False, okay.
I'm gonna go true.
Who said true, by the way?
I did.
Who's I? Is that you, Joanne?
Joanne.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Joanne. Okay, great.
Okay.
So ready for the answer? The answer is true. How sweet. Okay. Scorpio people are always powerful. True or false?
False.
False.
Correct. They're not always powerful. Sometimes they feel very powerless. Which of these keywords does not correlate to the Virgo archetype? Inferiority, service, perfection, nurse, or grandiose?
Grandiose.
E.
Let's have a look. Correct. Grandiose is a Leo archetype. Match these signs to their correlations. Capricorn.
Life purpose, work, and career.
Yes. Aquarius.
Deconditioning.
Correct. Pisces.
Totality of consciousness.
Yes, Wendy. Libra.
Psychology of listening.
Correct. And Virgo.
Humility.
Excellent. What is immutable consciousness?
It doesn't change over time. It's I don't want to say stagnant because that's really the wrong term, but it's perpetually the same.
Okay, let's
That's Taurus. It's something fixed.
Okay, anyone else like to answer it?
Is my soul.
Okay. All right, let's see. Immutable consciousness simply means energy that cannot be destroyed. It can only change form. Okay, what is the command of the natural goddess? What do you think it could be?
Sharing, caring, and inclusion.
Sounds good. Anyone else?
Love or Venus?
Sounds great. Anybody else?
Truth.
One or two more?
I am.
And one more?
To respect the earth?
I think they're all correct, but this is what EA has to say. Empathy. Quote from Rad on the EA message board. A natural emotion specific to Neptune is empathy that allows us to truly understand the emotional realities and needs of others. The desire to help others without any other motive or agenda attached to it. To give to others what they actually need in the best ways that we can. This then allows the soul to evolve because it is one of the natural laws and commands of the natural goddess to always put others first, no matter what the consequences may be to oneself. Think of Jesus here. Okay, on to the next one. The true and natural expression of asteroid Lilith is suppression, resentment, and anger. She is a symbol of true masculine power. True or false?
False.
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 Correct. Okay, next one. The transiting south node of any planet correlates with the nature of one's past as it interfaces with the current now moment. True or false?
True. True.
Correct. Thank you. Which statement below accurately describes a soul with Pluto in the 8th house? A, a fundamental fear of going crazy or insane. B, a fundamental emotional fear of betrayal, abandonment, and loss. C, fundamental insecurity at a compulsive level. D, a core sense of guilt that is hard to define. Or E, an inner feeling of not being good enough.
B.
B.
I said B too.
Okey-dokey.
Probably B and C. But
I
B.
think B and C too, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Very good. You're doing really well so far. Match the phases with their descriptions. Now, we just learnt about this from Joanne, so we should all know this. So, last quarter phase.
Breaking free?
Correct.
No.
Excellent.
Really?
Great answer.
That was a guess.
That was difficult. So you got that right. Gibbous phase?
Humbling.
Correct. New phase?
Initiation beginning.
Yes. Disseminating phase?
Integration of purpose.
Yes. And crescent phase? Withdrawal and struggle. Great. Beautiful. But we're not finished with the phases. There's more to go. First quarter phase?
Crisis in action.
Excellent. Balsamic phase?
Culmination of an entire cycle.
True. Last quarter phase?
Rises in belief.
Correct. Full phase?
Entering the social sphere.
Right. And new phase? Instinctual action. Beautiful. What is the term for the midpoint of an astrological age?
Subage?
Correct. Example, in the age of Leo, the subage is Aquarius. How many aspects in EA use a 3-degree orb? You can take a guess if you like.
2.
Anyone else?
4.
4. Anyone else?
3.
3. Okay.
I'm changing it to 0.
I say 4. Okay, yeah.
Well, the answer is 6. The inconjunct, quintile, semisextile, semi-square,
Ah.
biquintile, they all use a 3-degree orb. Okay, the semi-square is an angle of 30 degrees. True or false?
False.
False.
Correct. It's 45 degrees. The crown chakra is ruled by Neptune. True or false?
True.
Correct. Geodetic equivalents are linked to natural crosses, cardinal, fixed and mutable, the astrological ages and sub-ages, help us understand the general local environment, social conditions and cultures of those localities. All of the above and astro-mapping regions of the world?
D.
E.
Anyone else?
E.
E.
Okay, the answer is all of the above.
Oh, okay. I feel like we're playing Final Jeopardy.
It's actually a great way to learn. I like it.
It's a
Yeah,
good
me
way
too.
to
It's
learn.
fun.
Yeah. So match eclipse information. Lunar eclipse.
Every 19 years.
Take your time. Let's just go a little bit slow on this one. So lunar eclipse.
Every 19 years.
Moon between the Earth and the Sun.
Moon between the Earth and the Sun.
Okay, let's find out. Earth between the Sun and the Moon. Okay, because the Earth sits in the middle, the Sun and the Moon are on either side, so it's like the opposition, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay, so the total solar eclipse.
Moon completely hides the solar surface.
Correct. The metonic cycle.
19 years.
Correct. Solar eclipse.
Oh, effects can last up to 12 years. Effects can last.
A.
Oh, that's a trick question.
Yes, it is. And solar eclipse, it's also that one as well. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay. What is the final dispositor? Who'd like to answer this one? In your own words, it's fine. Yeah, go ahead, Dawn.
The final dispositor is each planet will have a natural rulership to which it's, let's say it's not there, but it applies to that. So this, in this instance, in a chart, a final dispositor would be everything pointing to, let's just say, Sun and Leo, for example.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Would be the final point.
Oh yeah, isn't it like where you go like it's kind of when you delineate the chart and you find out like who the house like who ends up really like the strongest energy in the chart.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the answer is bottom line or foundation. The final dispositor of a birth chart operates like a bottom line or foundation upon which to understand and view the rest of the birth chart. It conditions all other archetypes relative to that final dispositor. Almost all charts have one or two planets that the rest of the birth chart comes to. This is determined by following the rulers one by one until one has covered them all. In EA terms, the obvious question is why? That correlates to the evolutionary necessity of having whatever planets as the final dispositor in the birth chart. Okay, Lauren, I'm going to have to mute you. Okay, next question. Sorry, Lauren. What is the meaning of Pluto at 1 degree or less from the next house cusp?
Doesn't it get read that it could be read as both houses?
Huh? Okay, let's see. An entire sequence of lives is culminating. An entire sequence of lives is culminating relative to the archetype of the house and sign of Pluto. In essence, it is mutating, evolving from one archetype to the next, to the house on its immediate horizon. So you are both correct. What is the meaning?
Linda, can I ask you one question? So are you saying like if something's at 29 or 0?
This one would be the 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
What is the meaning of Pluto at 1 degree after a house cusp? So we're looking at Pluto here at between 0 and 1. Yes, go ahead, Dawn.
Is it house cusp or sign cusp?
Oh, I should have put sign cusp. I'm sorry. Actually, it applies to both signs.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we read Pluto by house, so.
Okay, the meaning of this one is?
A new beginning in reference to Pluto and that house that it's just transited into.
And isn't it kind of really raw energy, like they don't really know that much how to do it? They have to learn how?
That is true. A brand new sequence of lives is beginning. When Pluto or any planet is within 1 degree after a house cusp, it means the culmination of the previous house has basically been accomplished and that a brand new sequence of lives is beginning relative to the archetype of the house that Pluto is in.
It's
Next.
like bumper cars.
Linda,
Yes,
Linda?
Wendy. Yes, Wendy.
do you think could we say that about all the planets, basically?
Yes.
Like, let's say someone's got yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, right?
Absolutely. Any planet. Yes. Okay, every sign has a natural trinity within it. Example, Aries has Aries, Leo, and Sag correlating to the decans. True or false?
True.
True.
Correct. Pluto naturally evolves in progression through the houses from first to second to third, etc. True or false?
False.
I say false.
Too slow.
Wait a minute. Pluto evolves in progression through the houses.
Well, in one lifetime or?
No, not one lifetime.
Oh,
Several.
I say false.
I say true.
False. Pluto can go
Okay, good.
anywhere it wants to go in any life. It is the soul, and it will create a life specifically to, can't find the word, to deal with its evolutionary intentions.
If anything, it might head toward its Pluto polarity point, you know, if anything, by graduation.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
If you make it.
It's anything's possible with the soul. The soul can do anything it needs. Okay. Which statement is false regarding intercepted signs? Interceptions act very much like skip steps. The intercepted sign has been in a state of repression. The intercepted sign has been in a state of denial. The intercepted sign can correlate to latent capacities or abilities. The archetypes have been thoroughly developed prior to the current life.
D.
I say B.
A.
I agree with A.
Okay, let's find out.
I would say C.
A. They are nothing like skip steps at all. Nothing like skip steps. Okay, correlate these planetary pairs with their meanings. Sun, moon, phase. Come on, we just learned this in the previous meeting.
The third one, to actualize inherent purpose.
Correct. Moon, Saturn.
The fourth one.
Yeah.
Correct. Mars, Venus.
Mm-hmm.
The second one.
Relationship.
Correct. Mercury, Jupiter.
Last one.
Right, and Jupiter, Saturn, how one's beliefs are in harmony or disharmony with consensus culture. What is the length of the Saturn-Uranus cycle? How many years?
I'm going to take a guess. I think it's 40.
The answer is 48. It establishes the social tone and structure every 48 years. Very close, Wanda. Example, the last conjunction took place in 1942 in Taurus. Life was on the line, and so was survival and human values. What are the layers of interpretation used in EA?
Meaning, like, first you read Pluto, then you read the nodes.
No, meaning sign, house, planet.
Pluto's first.
No,
If I'm understanding the correct, well, explain the question a little more.
It's not to do with Pluto. It's to do with interpretation of any symbol.
I think it's planet, house, and sign.
Okay, the answer is house, planet, sign, and aspects. The house always comes first. So, quote from Steve on the EA message board. In EA, we are taught to start with the house, this representing the deepest expression of the energies in that part of the chart. Example, the 10th house is inherently Saturnian, so anything in the 10th house will operate in a Saturnian way. The sign on the house cusp represents the next level up. The art of EA is to synthesize how the natural house energy, filtered through a layer of the sign on the cusp, operates like. If Pluto is in that house, add in another layer. What does the natural house energy, filtered through a layer of the sign on the cusp, expressing itself in a scorpionic Pluto way, operate like? Starting with the evolutionary state, the social conditioning patterns, and the evolutionary signature, Pluto nodes, nodal rulers, you quickly have a detailed picture of how that soul ego is structured from the core out. Okay, well, it might be quick for Steve, but I don't think it's quick for all of us. Okay, it takes a bit of work. Okie dokie. The asteroids act as octave transformers between the personal planets and the outer planets. True or false?
False.
True.
The answer is true.
Oh, okay, true.
An asteroid squaring the nodes does not correlate to skip steps. True or false?
False.
False.
Correct. Which statement about skip steps is not true? The cause of skip steps is denial, avoidance, and suppression. Resolution brings evolution through the PPP and North Node. Both nodes have not been fully developed. Evolution is accelerated whether one resolves the skip steps or not. Evolution takes place when one tries to resolve the skipping pattern. A, B, C, D, or E?
A.
Okay.
Not true. Okay.
D, this one is not true. Evolution is accelerated whether one resolves
Right.
the skip steps or not. That is exactly the opposite.
I agree.
Okay, match these up. Pluto.
Nothing.
The soul's, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The soul's past evolutionary intention?
Current evolutionary
Yeah.
intention.
Excellent.
Oh,
Skip
it's the
step.
past? Oh, okay. Skip step.
Flip-flopping between the nodes.
Lunar nodes.
Oh, current evolutionary intention.
Egocentric structure?
Correct. Ruler of a node.
Oh, I meant that for the North Node. I'm sorry.
Ruler of a node.
Oh,
Facilitator.
Exactly. And Pluto polarity point is the current evolutionary intention. Okay. When determining the resolution node, one stands on the planet and faces the center of the wheel. Which way does one look, left or right, for the resolution node?
Right.
Left.
to the left.
Left.
Who
Left.
said right? Who said right? I want to know.
I did.
Oh, okay. The answer is left.
Left, to the left, to the left.
Oh, no.
What are some sun planetary medicines? Come on.
Gold.
Self-expression.
Gold. It's like medicine.
Creating your own destiny, creating a special purpose, creative self-expression. Also, work on the ego, psychodrama, astrodrama, art, dancing, poetry, acting, yoga to open the heart area, identification with narcissism, expressing emotions to those you care about, and relating to the childlike qualities in self and others. Almost there. Venus rules both Taurus and Libra. True or false?
True.
I think that must be the first question. A planet squaring Pluto and the Pluto polarity point is a skip step. True or false?
False.
Correct. A planet squaring planetary nodes indicates skip steps. True or false?
False.
True.
False.
Oh, planetary.
Sorry, Wendy.
Wait, I don't get that.
You mean Pluto?
No, a planet squaring planetary nodes.
Oh,
Yeah,
planetary.
it's the other planet's nodes.
I was just thinking lunar nodes. Okay.
Okay, guys, don't forget to mute yourselves. If
I'm a
you
little tired tonight.
That's okay,
Okay.
Wendy. Wendy, you can have the next one all to yourself.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
What are the orbs? What are the orbs used in EA for these aspects? Wendy, what's the square?
10 degrees.
Wanda, sextile.
Ooh, you put me on the spot. 2 degrees? No. 4 degrees.
4 degrees. Joanne,
Yeah, 4.
Sissy quadrate.
2 degrees.
No, it's 5
No?
degrees. This is difficult. Sorry, this is probably the hardest question. So conjunction
10.
10, yeah.
and noval is 2. Okay. How frequently does the soul incarnate?
That's a good question.
Until it learns its lessons.
A soul can be born as early as 7 days after exiting any given life. There really is no average amount of years between births for souls. What is the term for a retrograde planet aspecting a non-retrograde planet?
Oh, review.
No.
An oblique retrograde.
Correct.
What?
Jeffrey
Oh,
Wood really
oblique.
taught the retrograde planet aspecting a non-retrograde planet correlates to an oblique retrograde. It's not like the non-retrograde planet is actually retrograde. It's an indirect retrograde. The retrograde planet itself impacts the non-retrograde planet, causing it to obliquely act retrograde.
So what does that mean?
Always, well, we don't have time to go into it. We just have to keep going forward. Okay?
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Retrograde is always the R word. Rage. True or false?
False.
False.
Correct. The sun and moon can never be retrograde. True or false?
True.
True.
Correct. Retrograde is always the R word. Review, repeat, redo, revise.
Yes.
True.
To understand sexuality through the EA paradigm, which of the following why questions are correct? Why these sexual needs? Why these sexual experiences? Why this sexual orientation? Why this gender? All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above. I'm pitching in to see if you can hear me. It's tough.
Yes, Tashi, correct. Beautiful. Okay, sex and sexuality matchups. Mars, Aries, first house.
Instinctual desire nature of the soul.
Correct. Venus, Taurus, second house.
Sexual need, value, and orientation.
Correct. Pluto, Scorpio, eighth house.
Flesh out sexual archetypes and patterns.
No. Development of sexual themes across lifetimes. Cancer and Capricorn.
Sexual archetype and pattern.
No. Relation to anima and animus. And asteroids to flesh out sexual archetypes and patterns.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Can gender switch be determined from a chart? Yes or
Yes.
No.
no? No, correct. There is no way astrologically or otherwise to determine gender switch. It's an entirely individual, each soul issue that is dependent on many factors and variables. What is the Pluto polarity point for Pluto in Leo? Please describe it.
Aquarius.
Inclusion of others.
The intent is to develop an objective focus and learn to link their special destiny to a socially useful or relevant function. The totality of consciousness correlates to Uranus, Aquarius, and the 11th house. True or false?
I'd say false.
True.
No, yeah.
It's false. The totality of consciousness correlates to Neptune, Pisces, and the 12th house. True or false?
True. True.
Correct. Which of these trinities is the odd one out? Neutron, electron, atom, sperm, ovum, new organism, RNA, DNA, genetic evolution, planet, sign, house, south node, moon, north node.
A.
Correct. It's actually neutron, electron, and proton. Okay, Taurus and Libra correlations. We better be quick. We've got like a few minutes left. Taurus, anybody?
Personal worth.
It's Earth sign, but it's also personal worth. Libra.
Beauty.
Beauty.
Air.
Taurus.
Air.
Oh.
Taurus. Beauty. Okay.
Beauty.
Libra, beauty. Taurus, personal worth.
That was tricky, Miss Linda. Okay.
Just to demonstrate that they're both into beauty. Okay, Mars and Pluto correlations. Mars.
Primal.
Primal.
Freedom. Pluto.
Betrayal.
Betrayal. Sexual violence.
Mars.
Primal.
Primal.
Sexual violence. Pluto.
Lost.
Yeah.
And Mars.
Primal. I
Exactly.
keep saying it.
Thank you.
Good
That
question.
was funny.
Mercury and Jupiter. Mercury.
Teacher.
Left brain.
Rationalization.
Uh,
Jupiter.
Right brain.
Teacher.
Mercury.
Right brain. All right.
Teacher.
Left brain.
left brain.
Left brain.
Jupiter.
Teacher.
Teacher.
And Mercury. Teacher.
Teacher.
Just to demonstrate the similarities. Moon and Saturn. Moon.
Security.
Security.
Ego.
Ego.
Saturn.
Authority.
Authority.
Moon.
Protection.
Security.
Yes. Saturn.
Security.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Exactly, Wendy. And Moon.
Security.
But actually, security can apply to Saturn as well.
Mhm.
Okay, water element. Illusions.
Pisces.
Pisces.
Dissociation.
Pisces.
Phobia.
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Correct. That was difficult. Touchy.
Cancer.
Cancer.
Masochist.
Pisces.
If natal Pluto is RX, will the PPP take on RX qualities too?
No.
Yes.
I'd
The
say
answer
yes.
is, how did you do? A, B, C, or D? E or E? I got all the answers correct. Anybody?
Definitely not A.
D.
I got one incorrect. Anyone? I got two incorrect. I got more than two incorrect.
D and E.
I'm E.
I think D.
D.
E or D.
Okay.
I think I got D.
Okay, I think most people got more than two incorrect.
Yes.
Okay.
We learned a lot. It was fun. Thanks.
Have you enjoyed this Astro quiz?
Yeah. Actually, that's a really, really good way to learn. I love
Yes.
learning like that.
Okay, well,
Loved
we'll
it.
do more. We'll do a harder one next time. Okay, which one do you guys, Wendy, A, B, C, D, or E?
What?
Which one here?
D.
Okay.
Or E. E. I can't see. It's so light. I loved it. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I
Anyone
think
else?
F, all of the above. F.
Good one. Anybody
All
else?
except for B.
B.
It wasn't
Okay, too easy. Okay, Alice, next time.
No, all except for B.
Okay, I'll do an advanced one, or maybe an intermediate next time.
I agree with whoever just said that. All except B. It was not too easy.
It was actually hard, but it was really interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a-
excellent, guys. Excellent.
Well, I think the reason it's
All
so
right.
good is there's so much information to learn.
Okay.
Thanks,
That brings
Linda.
us to the end of our Astro quiz. Congratulations. Prizes are coming.
Is there any questions or no?
The prize is a beautiful pat on the back and a nice hug to say thank you. Okay,
Thank
guys. We'll see you in the next meeting. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. That was fun.
Thank you.
Bye.